let's say I'm an Imaging Analyst I, and a posting comes up that says we're looking for an Imaging Analyst II. And I'm pretty confident in my abilities, but I know that there's more that is needed to be known for a higher, more senior role. So let me take a look at and see if I can compare the two roles. So what this does is extracts out what we've defined as an imaging analyst, a baseline imaging analyst one needs to know, and then compares that to what an imaging analyst two, which is essentially a superset. So if we come down here, you'll notice down here that we've organized again into the same technical domains. We've got the imaging analyst in the first column, and imaging analyst 2 in the second column. Now, it basically allows you to show what's compared. Now, you'll notice in some of these things, like DICOM, the level 1 is the same. So whether you're level imaging analyst 1 or imaging analyst 2, you only need a level 1. So this little toggle up here, show only what's different, allows you to just, it'll subset it so it only shows you where the level between the first role and the second role is different. So this allows you to go through, and while I'm in here interacting with it, I might look at this and say, okay, HL7, I've looked at what my role is and I know what level 1 requires, and I'm familiar with that, and that's something I can do. What if I'm interested in imaging analyst level 2? Now I can hover right from here and say, okay, what are some of the things that I additionally would need to know? And then I can take stock to say, well, how many of these things do I actually know already, and how many of the things I may need to study for or get training for or get some form of education? So this allows me to basically create a career map and identify the gaps that I may have. This is also very helpful for a hiring manager who may have an individual who wants to grow into a role that may or may not be available yet, but they want to start working on their career. This would create a very helpful map for that conversation between the two and come up with then a skill set development plan, job shadowing, reading, taking courses, attending CIIM, those type of things. So as you can see here, it shows through all the different domains, the two different skill sets. There's a couple of different ways to view this. This is right now is in the overview level. I can also click on the detailed view, and this gives you additional detail in terms of breaking out more of a description of each of the roles, and then more details if you wanted to do a more open comparison, a more detailed walkthrough of these. So these are just two different ways of looking at the same data. Again, just like the last tab, we have the copy all content. How is this helpful? Is it really helps in the generative AI, which I'm going to show you shortly, in terms of being able to take this, extract all this content out, and then hand that over, or if you want to do it manually, go through, and ask it to develop, given the difference between these two roles, how would I go about developing a career learning plan? And then it can come back. Now, whether it gets it 100% right or not, it's at least a starting point for you to start to understand what are some of the ways I might need to be able to learn to get from a level 1 to a level 2 in HL7 and PACS and EMR RIS, etc.